It's the Heat, SiriusXM. I'm Mina SayWhat. I'm very excited today in Mina's house. We have sisters in the house, Chloe and Halle. Hey, hey, hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ladies?
We are wonderful. Today is a beautiful day.
Yep.
I love that. You guys are always so positive. I love that about you guys.
Thank you. We try.
So, I feel like you guys have really been elevating. I mean, it's just amazing to watch. You have your album out right now, Ungodly Hour. And I'm just like so impressed with everything that you guys have been doing. You guys always had the talent, the voice, the vocals, but now I feel like everything is really starting to come together. Like the visuals, the look, the dancing, the presentation, the creatives. Like what has changed in the past couple of months where I feel like you guys are really elevating right now?
I feel like it's probably just personal growth. You know, I'm 22 and my sister's 20, and you just continue to progress. And I'm happy that we're not the same as we were last year and the year before that. And it's just really happy to hear people say that, and even have our day one supporters who's been rocking with us for the longest and progressing with us on this journey. So that's been really fun as well. So we're really grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been loving all of your videos and performances. I think like for the BET Awards, I was really like you guys. That was one of my favorite performances because I feel like you guys really made it like look like a video. Like what went into the creative for that? I even like the black and white and how it's like like it's kind of contrasting between your personalities as well.
Thank you so much. Yes, well, the two songs that we wanted to perform for the BET Awards were Forgive Me and Do It. And they're such very different songs from one another. One is more dark and haunty kind of feeling, and the other one is just a fun bop. So we wanted to play with the kind of dark and light energies of both of the songs, and especially doing the little dance break at the end with kind of Lose My Breath reference. We thought that would be really fun to do. So it turned out so much fun. I feel like this pandemic has really helped us get creative in terms of like backyard performances and stuff.
Yeah, you guys are nominated for a VMA because of it. Some of your performances, like, did you see that coming?
You know, I honestly didn't. I'm really grateful and happy about it. And I just can't wait. So we'll see what happens.
Girl, they better give y'all an award because, people have been doing like quarantine performances and things like that. But I think like you guys have really been elevating your performance, even the editing. How involved are you in like the editing, the whole process and everything when it comes to your visuals?
Yeah, well, we have to give huge credit to our amazing team and our really great creative director, Andrew McCatsey. And I'm so happy that we can be so vocal with our notes. We always have so many notes no matter what it is.
Especially Chloe, because she's a perfectionist.
I know that just always has to be just right. So I'm just happy we have a team who just loves to nurture what we bring and lets us, be ourselves and almost guide it in a way as well.
Yeah. For anyone listening, if you haven't Googled their videos, do it right now. I mean, the video for Baby Girl is so fire. Like, do it, all your performances. So I'm going to play your song. Do you guys want to tell us a little background about the actual song, Do It?
Sure. Yes. Well, Do It was done for this album with Victoria Monet and Scott Storch. And it was such a fun session. I mean, whenever we're with another Black woman writing, it's always a fun experience because it's like a sisterhood. And then Scott Storch, who's literally a living legend,
right.
His iconic melodies. It's a beautiful thing and beautiful experience. So we hope you enjoy this song, Do It. Yeah.
Here it goes. It's Do It. Chloe and Halle here on the Heat, SiriusXM. I'm Mina SayWhat. They're in Mina's house. Hang out. We're going to continue talking. So I met you guys 2 years ago at the BET Awards, and I was really impressed with how involved your dad was. Like your dad was like, here's my number if you want them to do press. And I still have his number. Now, obviously, I haven't harassed him or anything like that. But how involved is your dad in your actual career?
Yeah, so our dad co-manages us with Parkwood Entertainment, and I think Dad is so cool. I think it's so great because ever since we were young, he's always instilled in us if we don't know something, we figure it out. And he's always vocal about us taking leadership in the business decisions that we make and growing as business women as well as being involved in our artistry. So I love Dad. And it's always fun knowing that someone is always in your corner, you know? You don't
I feel I feel like you guys are really growing into your own, as you mentioned earlier. Does he ever get in there like, no, you can't wear that, or no, that's too risque, we not doing that today?
Well, of course, he is our father. So sometimes he has his dad eyes on. But recently it's gotten, much better because we are getting older and mom and dad, they look at us like they're babies forever, but they are understanding of this is our career.
Yeah.
And, we are young women now. So it's a beautiful experience in transition.
Yeah. Not only do you guys have amazing voices, but you play instruments. So Halle, you play the guitar, and Chloe, you play the keys. And Chloe, you play the MPC too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else do you guys play? You guys are like amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well,
I just play guitar.
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
When we were younger, like in grade school, I think you always have to have like an extracurricular thing.
Yeah.
But Halle played cello, I played violin. We don't play anymore right now, but that was really fun. But yeah, we're so involved in our creative process. A lot of people don't know we write and produce all of our stuff, and when we collab, it's really fun. So I'm happy that these performances let us show our different gifts.
Right. So Beyonce, you're signed to Beyonce's Parkwood, which is like entertainment and management, right? So you're signed for 6 albums. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're like 2 into the 6, right?
Yeah.
So how's that whole experience been? I mean, Beyonce's Beyonce, just being managed by her whole team.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing to have such an amazing team who does everything for her, but also for us. Everybody knows that Parkwood creatively, they are so very amazing. Every piece of content that Beyonce puts out visually, musically, it's just done to a T. Yeah. And they have that, so amazing. So we're very grateful to be using those resources. At the same time, Beyonce, we love her so much because she allows us to be free and do what we want to do, because it is our project, it is our music, it is our story. Yeah. So they never interfere with anything that we don't want to do. It's always our vision and what we want. So we're very grateful for that, and the fact that we have these amazing resources to use.
Yeah, girl.
Just for our vision is really something that we feel really honored about.
Does she have like final say on your creatives or your music or anything, or she's like completely hands off?
What I think is pretty cool is that, of course, she'll see everything before it goes out, but she's always like, it's whatever we want to do. It's always up to us. And I think that's because she's been in the game for so long, and she started so young, and she knows what it feels like to make your voice be heard. And I'm happy that we're in a position where we can create the music and say the things that we want to say, because there's a lot of artists in the game right now who can't. They're being told what to do. And I'm just happy that we can have trial and error in our creative process and not feel the pressure to make sure everything is always like right. And even with our first few projects, with the Kids All Right, our album, and even our EP and mixtape, like we were just being creatively free. And I feel like we're just now kind of grasping who we are with this album, and I can't wait to further grow and not feel pressured to have to rush that.
Right. It's the Heat, SiriusXM. I'm Mina SayWhat. Chloe and Halle are joining us in the house today. Their album, Ungodly Hour, is out. What happens in the Ungodly Hour, ladies? What happens during that time?
I feel like it varies from person to person. With me, with the Ungodly Hour, I think I'm just sulking in my bedroom.
Yeah, right? It's like a mixture. It's a mixture of emotions during the Ungodly Hour. Sometimes you're thinking of love. Sometimes you're just contemplating your life. You're like all over the place, emotion-wise.
Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, and so we kind of really wanted to use that feeling for this album, because this album speaks to every different emotion, every different feeling you've ever had, that we have ever had through love and relationships, through just learning to accept and love ourselves for who we are.
Mm-hmm.
The whole nine. I mean, it's really a journey throughout our life right now, especially, I'm 20 now, my sister's 22. So these are kind of years where we're like, okay, here we are. We are actually adults, and what is that like? And finding ourselves.
Right. So I love you guys on Grown-ish. I'm currently on, I think, season 3. I think the 5th episode.
Okay.
So I'm not like, I think we're at 8 right now, 8 or 9 or something. So I still have a couple more to go. But you guys haven't been to college, right?
No.
So this is like your opportunity to get a glimpse at college life. Like, is that what this show is for you?
It definitely feels like that, and I think it feels like that because we have an amazing cast who we're all friends with, and we love everybody, and we were even friends with like Yara and Trevor before we ever started the show, and it's just a bunch of laughs and college experiences on the show, so it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun.
You know what? I always wonder when I'm watching, how like is your like real personality? How close is it to the character? Cause like Halle, sometimes you be saying stuff and I'm like, would she say this in real life? Cause you be snapping on the show and I be wondering if you can snap in real life. Like, are the characters similar or is this like a completely different version?
No, it's definitely similar. Sky is me. I am Sky.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, with people that I meet for the first time, it's very just like a hi, general nice girl thing. And I
Halle's
am a nice person.
Halle's a very nice person.
Yeah, I just, sometimes I don't have a filter. And so with my family and close friends, my honesty is like very prominent.
Shut up.
So sometimes, little stuff like Sky comes out.
I love that. I was wondering because the way that you present yourself is not like that. And I was like, is this really what she's like? I love that. I want to see more of that. How about you, Chloe?
Me and Jazz are the polar opposite. I'm not like Jazz at all. I feel like she can be very mean and she's very outspoken. I feel like I'm only outspoken when it comes to like business stuff. But like in my private personal life, I barely speak up for myself. So yeah, Jazz is cool though. She's really fun to play. I feel like it's an outlet for myself. And even before we started the show, Halle and I, we never cussed. We were like, no, we don't need to use those words. We could find other words in vocabulary. But it's just nice too. We were doing it on set and just letting it rip. And I was like, you know what? This is going into my everyday life. I feel like that's the only similarity with Jazz.
So there's rumors that you've been dating Diggy, Chloe. When you go on set, is it uncomfortable because of everything that's going on in the social media world?
It's not uncomfortable at all because the only thing I'm dating is my music. So it's like I'm laser focused on my career and all of that. And everyone on set's amazing. And we just have great friendships. And I'm happy we can be a part of a show where we can do that.
Girl, you're good. You're very good, girl. Because, I would struggle, But Chloe and Halle are here. Halle, I was really feeling for you when the Little Mermaid situation happened. So we're going to talk about that on the way. You're in Mina's house on the Heat, SiriusXM. So Halle, this amazing thing happened to you and you deserve it because your voice is like, you have like an angel's voice. I mean, and when you open your mouth, it's just like effortless what comes out. So you are going to be the Little Mermaid, the live action remake. So excited for you, girl. You're going to be like one of Disney's princesses. Like, how does that feel?
It feels really amazing. I mean, I'm just really grateful and honored. I mean, I pinch myself about it every morning. I'm like, was that just my dream? Or, oh yeah, I'm really excited.
So there was like backlash, and it was terrible, so it's like this amazing moment was ruined for you. What kind of conversations did you have, or maybe not ruined? What kind of conversations did you have within yourself when all this stuff was happening?
Yeah, I mean, that moment was definitely not ruined for me. I mean, I don't really pay attention to what people say. Lots of people, they've said a lot of stuff about my sister and I ever since, we were younger, because we would post YouTube covers all the time. So we're used to seeing negative comments, so they don't really affect us anymore. I'm just really grateful and happy, especially happy to have my sister by my side and doing the things that we love together.
Really? This has been happening to you since you've been posting covers? What were you, like 15 or 16? Right?
Yes. Even younger than that.
Like 10 and 8 years
10?
old. Yeah.
That's terrible. So I get it. You guys must have like built up this like kind of resistance to it.
Absolutely. You just pay it no mind,
Yeah. So how are you preparing for the role? I mean, your voice, I mean, you really embody the spirit of Ariel, I feel like. So it's like, how are you preparing? You don't have to prepare vocal wise, but are you talking about anything else preparation wise?
Absolutely. I mean, last year, actually, it was this year, we had actually been in London earlier this year. I was living there because we were about to film it, and then of course the pandemic hit. So I'm really excited to go back. I mean, I feel very prepared, and just gonna take it day by day.
Girl, we can't wait to see you. When they hear you sing, I can't wait to hear you sing the songs. Like, it's gonna be amazing. So Chloe, as her older sister, in that moment, are you annoyed? Do you want to like, kind of comment at people, or how do you handle that as her older sister?
Yeah, as the older sister, I'm obviously very protective, but I know what my sister is capable of, and I know all these negative comments will mean nothing when they actually see her in action. So it's just where you have to kind of know who you are and ignore the negativity, and I think she's doing a fantastic job doing that.
Yeah, you guys handle that in a very classy way. So, you guys are managed by your dad. We talked about that. So, and then you're managed by Beyonce's Parkwood, and there's a lot of similarities there. Beyonce was managed by her father for years, Have you guys had a conversation about how to even manage that growing up as young women in the entertainment world and then literally having your dad be your manager?
I think it's so great having someone who is 1,000% in your corner. I mean, he helped create us as well as our mom. So, and our dad is very, very smart. And there a lot of times with artists, their parents are their managers, but I'm happy that ours works out in a healthy way where we can kind of lead and speak up for what we want and be heard. And I think anything Beyonce does is incredible, and anytime people compare us to her or anything, that's really nice to hear. But we just want to follow in our own footsteps and make our voices heard. So I do think it's cool that two wonderful men created really cool daughters, Solange and Beyonce, and helped bring them up to a fantastic level. So I'm just really grateful to be a part of the Black community where it represents strength and love and just raising each other up in a positive way.
Yeah, that's great. That's right. Oh my God. And I'm not even going to ask you about the comparisons because, I mean, you guys are Chloe and Halle, so thank you guys for joining us. Ungodly Hour is out right now. Like I said, you have to Google their videos for Do It. Google the video for Baby Girl. I love how you incorporated all these different people via Zoom?
That was actually fan made, but it was so beautiful. We were like, you know what? Let's just repost it. It's so sick. Yeah. And like the choreographer and all the dancers involved. Like I remember we watched it, we were just crying. So that wasn't our official video for it, but hell, it could have been because it was
right.
It was fire.
I thought it was. I was like, oh my God, this is so fire. All right, ladies, thank you for joining the show. Good luck. And I'll see you and your dad later on when you guys are bigger than you already are, okay? Which is only a matter of time. Thank you. It's Mina's House on the Heat, SiriusXM.